Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your Soul Sunday read for the 27th of January. I'm going to pull 3 cards for you, one for mind, body and soul. So let's get started. Universe and angels, messages and guides, my higher self, can I please call upon you now to give me a clear and accurate reading for the sign of Scorpio? Please let me tell them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Spirit, can I have 3 cards for mind, body and soul, starting with 1 card for Scorpio's mind and mindset this week? Thank you so much. 7 of Hearts, choices. Interesting. What are you thinking about this week? 1 for body, children. Okay, some of you have kids, some of you are thinking about wanting children, some of you have children in your life. 1 card for their soul, please. What's their soul message for this week? 1 card for soul. Sorry guys, it's just my poor shuffling. For those that have sick kids, I'm sorry, I'm being shown a couple of kids that are really unwell this week, like more than a cold. I've got a few that are in hospital. So for those that are watching and have little kids that are in hospital, even if they're not yours, but they're like your nieces and nephews or something like that, I'm really sorry. It's nothing worse than seeing a poor little helpless child who's sick. Can I have 1 card for the soul, please? Thank you. For others of you, you may work with kids, like you're a youth worker or something like that, and I feel like it kind of really lifts you up. Eddie, I just want 1 card. So many messages coming through for you, Scorpio. Taking the top one. Revision. You know, I haven't seen this card come up too much. It kind of creeps me out a little bit. It's like this weird kind of lizard dragon thing that's in, like, you know, the depth, muddy, murky waters. And I really see that as being your psyche, because these things for me are like the cords of energy that attach us to things. But we'll get to that in a minute. 7 of Hearts, choices. So this is where you're at in terms of your mindset this week, and this one flew out, was pretty strong. It represents cups, so 7 of Cups, as you guys would know, is very much having many options. It's a card when you look at people who are online dating, who are dating multiple people at once, who, on the flip side of that, if you're not dating, who are just in a very dreamy kind of illusionary state. It speaks about fantasy, you know, daydreams, you know, wanting to be a little bit foolish, kind of just being caught up in whimsy. And I feel like that's kind of where you are mentally this week. And that's okay. We all have weeks like that, right? But I'll read for you from the book of what it says. 7 of Hearts, choices. The 7 of Hearts find you at a crossroads, wondering which way to go. Take a deep breath, hold it in, and then let it go. Do this 4 more times before moving through one decision at a time, and be witness to your emotional and physical responses. Consider each choice and explore your feelings. Does it make your heart sing? Does it feel nourishing, exciting, safe, or familiar? Go deeper into your responses until you know you're making a choice for yourself, not out of fear or negative conditioning. There are infinite variables that have not yet been decided. You can focus on a new path at any time. So, you know, if you're not daydreaming, it could be speaking to overwhelm. So really feeling overwhelmed at the amount of choice that's around you at the moment. And I'm just going back to have a look. Yeah, so in the last couple of weeks, like for singles, it was really about rebuilding your foundation when it comes to love. So like, where do you start? And I think that was more not just in your foundation. It was about, you know, where you're going in life, what you're going to be doing. And for couples, it was like there was temptation about another person that's kind of come in and sparked you. But if I remember correctly, and I'm just trying to see through my notes here on what I wrote for you guys for your 2019, forecast, and it was choice. That was what I deemed it. This is a year, this is the whole theme for you this year, Scorpio, is about choice, about who you want to be, where you're going, your presence within the world. And I feel like at the moment you might be feeling a little bit of overwhelm. If you are, and that's something that's coming up, you know, a great way to kind of cleanse that mental energy, if you can, is have a bath in magnesium sea salt Or if you are near an ocean and it's not bloody the middle of winter, go have a swim in the ocean, because the natural salt of the ocean will kind of give you that balance. You know, we are 70% or what is it, 70 or 80% water, but there's something about salt that kind of brings us balance, back to balance when it comes to thought, okay? Meditation, another thing that I bang on about all the time. Insight Timer, it's a free app, download it, get it. You don't have to sit there in silence. There's guided ones that talk to you about breathing that are really good. All of those kind of self-care practices are things that you should be implementing right now, okay? And at the very least, listen to some music and try and just transcend your thoughts, or do the breathing exercise. But I feel like at the moment that you're feeling a little bit of overwhelm this week, because there's just so many different decisions that you need to make, and quickly. As I said to you before, some of you have kids, okay? So physically, your physical environment when it comes to your health is affected by children, either your children or someone else's children. Like I was saying before, I can see a couple of sick kidlets, so I'm really sorry if that's something that you're going through and that's what's making you feel a lot of mental tension. This card at its core speaks about either you're wanting to have kids and that could be something that's stressing you out, or you do have children and you've split from your partner and that's stressing you out, or it's stress about wanting to conceive. So, you know, this often comes up for me when people are trying to either adopt or go through IVF or that kind of thing. And it can also speak about needing to develop a little bit more childlike qualities within yourself. You know, if you find that you're being a little bit too adult these days and you're too a little bit in your head and a little bit stressed, then maybe it's the time to try and, you know, come back to having a little bit more fun. But for now, right now, the key thing is about children around your physicality, all right? And in the book, it basically says, it comes in response to you and your question regarding children. The fact that you've drawn this card indicates that children are involved in the situation. And it says, children's faith in fairness and life is powerful healing cure, and you're advised to perceive this experience through a child's eyes, trust and have faith. And then there's one more kind of message or meaning that goes with it. It says, take guided action to help your child. So whatever it is, for those that do have sick kids that you feel like you're guided to take, whatever that action is, whether it's a second opinion, whether it's getting more home help, I'm not really being shown it. Maybe it's just the diet or the way they're eating. Maybe they have allergies. Then this is whatever you're guided to. This is your invitation. This is your message to go and do something to further that research. Okay. Because that's what's going to help you physically. All right, so for your spirit, for your soul, you drew the card of revision. So again, this is all about, you remember how I said to you, it's like this murky waters, this kind of dragoness type figure, and then you've got these like energy cords that's attached to it, right? It's really about not letting go, or you haven't let go of past trauma, past hurts. And I'll read for you what it says from the book. Your body remembers the trauma, there you go, the closeness, the love, the fear, and the exuberance of your full history, even when your mind doesn't. Bring a memory to the surface to align your current self with the knowledge stored in your body. Go deeper into a challenge and go beyond it. A study of the past will help you recognize and break a limiting cycle. The memory of creation is stored within the ground you walk on. Still your mind, relax, close your eyes, and feel the timelessness, healing energy of our Mother Earth. There is one love, one breath, and one dream flowing and evolving through every moment that you live on this beautiful planet. Touch her, think of her, feel her for all around you, and know that she's deep inside your heart. So it gets a little bit deep at the end. But it's like trying to remind you at your soul level that you are one with all of us. I read somewhere really recently the breakdown of the universe. You know, we speak about the universe these days as the omnipotent force when it comes to religion, right? It used to be God, and that I feel like is an outdated term because, how I perceive God, how you perceive God is different to everyone, right? There's so many different religions. But the universe seems to be this term that's thrown around that's kind of like that multi-use overarching blanket for all religion and deities. What I love about the word universe, when you break it down, the word uni meaning one and verse meaning song, it's literally one song. We're all one, we're all together, we're all in this, all right? So just remind yourself, whatever you're going through right now, whatever the challenge is for you this week, for those that have sick kids, for those that have just recently broken up with their partner and they have children and they're having to go back and recalibrate and build the foundation again, that have many choices when it comes to work, everything that's going around, just remember we're all in it together, okay? And if you are struggling, please don't hesitate to write in the comments bar below. That's the whole point of this little community, so we can support each other. I wish you a lot of love and light this week, Scorpio, and I'll be back with you next week. Take care.